For every woman that sits on this couch, we get you to bring show and tell, something that's important to you. You've bought your drink bottle. I'm so impressed you haven't picked up your drink and had a drink during this.
I've been hacking the whole way through. You have like, it is at me like, sounds like I've been punching bongs. I bought two things. One, I don't know. I bought two things, and it's because I'm travelling. It's not that easy. I don't carry much in the way of precious items.
Yes.
But I think being away from home, it's really important to have the sense of smell. To me, is quite important in terms of grounding and feeling safe and feeling secure. And this, although it's totally, I can tell it's been snuffed out almost.
These are the best.
For Andrew's 40th birthday, I got him a ticket to Europe, and we went to Paris together and a couple of other places, Greece and blah, blah, blah. Nice. But we went, I tried to drag him into a perfume or a proper perfumery. Do you say perfumery?
Oh, you said it with a full accent then. Say it again.
I don't think I did. But I said to Andrew, come in, this will be an amazing experience. This is like the real deal, come in. And he's like, no, babe, I'm going to wait here. And there was a pub across the road and I'm just going to watch the soccer. You go in. I was like, no, please come and have a look at this store. Dragged him in, and of course, being Victorian, he got sucked in. They were showing him, and it was the proper, lab coats.
Oh, wow.
And they took him through all of the smells for that, all of the beautiful perfumes that go into diptyque, and he chose this, which is John Galliano, and it's
so beautiful.
Really deep, earthy, kind of rootsy.
It's manly.
And it's
calm.
And it was the highlight of our trip. Every time we'd be at someone's house, and he goes, let me tell you about this perfume place. And it was really fake because there was this, to drag him in there kicking and screaming, and he was so enchanted by it.
Yeah.
And he was in there for hours and couldn't work out what to buy, bought everybody things. But now, whenever I'm homesick or if I'm feeling a little bit of out of whack, he'll always, or if I'm tired, he'll put that'll be burning when I get home, and it's just that thing of, and to me it smells like him. Yeah. So it's really nice to have that little waft of man in the house, which is like different to the other waft of man.
This is much more pleasant, although I am a bit partial to man BO sometimes.
Yeah, sweat's good.
Sweat's good. The pheromone, is it pheromones? Do men get pheromones? That sounds really dumb then, but something that's what comes from them.
It
has to be your own partners though. Like I don't want to just smell anyone's BO, but sometimes I like that you've had a hard day's work smell.
Yeah, we want to know that they're working.
We need to candle that, don't we?
Earth sweat, earth to man. I'm sure Old Spice is currently working on it.
I bet too.
Old Spice. I don't know. Otherwise, this was. It looks like a weapon of torture because it is. My role on Legally Blonde was role of jailbird Brooke Wyndham, and I do this big skipping routine in it, which is...
Is this from the stage?
This is from the stage.
Is this the only prop you're allowed to take with you?
Well, this is actually my own at-home abuse system, because I had to learn the routine. It was quite a tricky routine, and these ropes are Olympic ropes, so they're these ropes that allow you to do tricks without the rope tangling upon itself. But it's also, for me, I've kept doing it. I still do get quite nervous before I go on stage and get sort of a bit of anxiety. And there's something to be said about, obviously there's that regulation of breath and focus and that sort of thing. But skipping's a really great tool for that because it gets you really into body and breath. So I found it a really good tool just for getting into the zone before I went on stage. And so I still do it. But it's also just for me symbolic of discipline, and the discipline that I needed at that time, being so new to it and feeling really out of my league. I had to practice it, that thing of just over and over and over and over and over and over again, would do hours and hours and hours of it. Even before I went on stage, would do the routine 20 times before I went in, just because I felt like that's what I needed to do to get it right and to be perfect. And
skipping is so hardcore. I remember I went to Rebel Sport and bought one, and I started using it, and I did like 3 skips. I'm like, okay, that'll do me for now. It's such a good workout.
Yeah, it's a really good workout. So it's a great, and you can travel anywhere with it. So it's become my little own sort of source of personal torture, but also discipline and focus. I think it's a really cool toy.
It is.
So
and
it's the gift that I got from Legally Blonde.
Yes, I like that gift.